going on, guys? Dylan Lutz from Backwoods Outdoors, and today we got an equipment review for you guys. So rods, there's thousands of different styles, sizes, action, all different things you can throw, hundreds of different brands. But I'm gonna talk to y'all about one of my sponsors, Fishing Syndicate. These guys are out of California. They reached out to me a long time ago about trying to get some rods going out this way to get on the scene out here in the out in the country, pretty much. But yeah, so they've been watching some of my videos and reached out. So I'm gonna kind of show you the three that I have of theirs and do a little review on those. All right, so the first one I'm gonna show you guys is one that I actually custom picked everything on. It is a 7-foot heavy. So this is my top water rod. I'm throwing with a Abu Garcia Max Pro 30-pound braid. So this is my frogging rod or spook or buzz bait, whatever you want to call. All top water. This is my rod of choice for it. It has got a heck of a backbone on it, as I'll show you right here. I mean, it is stiff as a board, which makes for those really awesome hook sets on top water. You don't have that flexibility in it. I mean, it's just laying into them and you're done with it. It's set. We'll throw it around for a little bit real quick. Right now I've got a H2O Express bluegill on the end of it. Normally I don't throw baits like this with this rod, but I was kind of running out of options because all my other stuff had stuff tied on it that I didn't want to take off, so this was the last resort, so we threw it on there. But we'll throw it around for a few minutes and kind of show you all a little bit more about it. All right, so got her thrown out there. Now, with it being this stiff, that big of a swim bait on the end of it, I cannot feel it coming back toward me, which is crazy. But that just shows how awesome this rod is. I mean, it is a heavy sunbuck. It's got a heck of a backbone on it. I let that bluegill sit down there a little too long there, but that's all right. We'll throw it out again. But yeah, it casts really smooth. I really like the action on it for, you know, throwing those top water bites, because you just have that, you know, you can feel everything the top water bait is doing. When one swipes at it, there's no hesitation on it. It's there. So, like I said, great top water rod, custom colors that I got to pick on it. I got to pick the Eva handles on it with the cork and stuff like that. So they have those, or the wind grips, which I'll show you all in just a minute what those look like, but they have a lot of colors in those too. So we'll get this one hooked back up here real quick and we'll go on to the next one. All right, so the next one I'm gonna talk about is my 7-foot 10-inch medium heavy Fishing Syndicate rod. Now this thing is long as can be, which is pretty cool, honestly, because I love throwing these shallow diving crankbaits, which y'all have seen a lot of me using here lately. But those chatterbaits, stuff like that, I really like throwing those with this, because the rod tip on this thing, you can feel everything that bait is doing. So like, if it gets stuck on anything or whatever, you can feel the chatterbait vibrating really good throughout the rod. But yeah, we got the Eva grips on this one. Throwing it with literally my least favorite reel, just because I haven't been able to go get me another one of the Daiwa CC80s yet. But I got an H2O Express reel on here right now, throwing a 14-pound test mono solution. And we're gonna throw, like I said, the shallow diving crankbait from Strike King. So give it a couple rips out here. And yeah, we can absolutely launch this, I'm telling you what. Now, there's not really that much wrong with this rod. I'm just not a huge fan of it, because when you have a monster on there, the drag and everything kind of screws up on it, so not a huge fan of that. And you got to take this whole thing apart to, you know, adjust your brake and stuff, so not a fan of that. But besides that, it's all right. So like I said, I can feel everything that this bait is doing through the water, which is freaking awesome. You can absolutely sling it with this thing. And another thing I like about having this out so far, I do a lot of bank fishing, which you all know, but you know, throwing it around branches and stuff, you have that much more length to hold it around a branch to fish around it, you know, when you're holding out like that. So, you know, that's also an advantage to having one this long. I definitely wouldn't go any longer than this unless I'm crappie fishing, but either way, it's a really, really cool rod. They sent it to me. It was kind of a prototype deal. They were starting to make these 7-foot 10s and wanted to get one out my way to get in my hands. And I've really, really liked it. Love the way it feels, but like I said, 7-foot 10, medium heavy, got the blue and black, the EVA handles. But yeah, overall, awesome rod. So we're gonna get this one put up real quick, and we'll show you all the last one that we got here, which is my absolute favorite. If I don't get hooked here real quick, there we go. But yeah, we'll show you all this last one. This is my absolute favorite. All right, last one we're gonna talk about. My absolute favorite of the three. This is the very first rod that they sent to me. It is a 7-foot medium heavy. I've got it on my absolute favorite reel right here. The Daiwa CC80. I'm running the Beyond braid, 30-pound test, Patriot braid. I'm really actually liking it. It casts really smooth. This is usually my jig rod. I will throw jigs, chatterbaits, all sorts of stuff like that. Sometimes I'll throw a wacky rig with it because it's that sensitive, which I really, really like. Especially out of a medium heavy. But yeah, we got the Bite Me Baits June bug color on right now with a Venom Lures donkey snatcher on the back end of it. Yeah, let's throw this sucker. All right, so I'm gonna throw this sucker out here, get all the way down that corner, and we'll swim it back. So one thing I absolutely love about this rod, and if you can see it right now, look at that rod tip. Now, it's a medium heavy, 7-foot. I absolutely love that it does that because I can feel everything this bladed jig is doing in the water right now. That's why with full confidence, I can throw a wacky rig, whatever I want to with this rod, and can feel everything it's doing. Like, it is that sensitive. And for a medium heavy, that is just cool as can be to me. We got the wing grips on here, which I was talking about a little bit ago, which these are beat up to pieces, but I've also had this rod for well over a year, and it has been used very frequently. I mean, this is my overall favorite setup I have. So yeah, we're gonna keep throwing it here for a few minutes, see if we can hook something up. I don't know, it's super cold and windy right now, and we got a storm rolling in here in the next 2 hours. But yeah, see that rod tip, I mean, it's just cool to see that thing vibrating like that. But yeah, I can feel this thing vibrating through the water. It's just a cool setup. Again, we got the black and blue going on here. I really love the quality of these. I'll kind of show you all. It's the same on the 710 here. They're both medium heavies. That one's just a little bit longer, but I'll show you the how much action this thing has. Yeah, you can flex this sucker out pretty good. I love getting hook sets on this thing because the backbone on it, when you lay into one, man, that thing just curves over beautifully. But yeah, I'm in love with this rod. Just in love with this setup overall. I mean, the Daiwa CC80, 50-something bucks at Academy or wherever you can find it. I got the braid on there, 7-foot, medium heavy. You can't go wrong. I mean, this is just an overall good, beautiful setup. All right, so we got all three of them laid out there. We got the 710, the 7-foot heavy, and the 7-foot medium heavy. Got the wing grips on this one, EVA handles on the others. You can customize them on his site. So when you talk to him, the owner of the company, his name is Oliver, He's an awesome dude. Had many conversations with him, FaceTimes. But yeah, so if you're wanting to get you an awesome custom rod, he also does a lot of deep sea fishing rods. You can get crappie rods, pretty much whatever you think you want or need. He's got it. He can make it for you. You get to pick your colors. So I'm picking, I picked the white and the blue on this one here, as you can see. Let's see if we can pull it out here. But the white and the blue there, I got to hand pick that. Pup, you're getting in my way. I know you want to say hi to the camera, but you're getting in my way. But yeah, you get to pick all your colors like that. I know a buddy of mine at work, he did a army green and silver. So the white there would have been army green color, blue is silver. Did the EVA handles on it, and man, that thing looked gorgeous. He's got tons of colors you can choose from in that aspect. You're gonna pay about $200, which isn't too bad. I mean, you think about like your duckets and stuff like that. They're about 100 to 150, somewhere in that range, depending on which ones you get. These things blow those out of the water. I'm gonna tell you right now. They're handmade right here in the USA. And yeah, they're good stuff, man. All right, guys, I think it's gonna do it for this episode of Backwoods Outdoors. Like I said, these are super quality, custom made rods. If you want to get yourself one, it is Fishing Syndicate on Facebook and Instagram. You can look them up online as well as Fishing Syndicate. You can sit there and order whatever you want to get. Like I said, they got deep sea rods. They got pretty much anything you can think of, they will hand make for you. They have some that are pre-built as well, which is like my 710 rod that I showed you guys. That one is pre-built. That they usually have a couple sitting there to where you'll be able to order it and get it a lot quicker than your custom stuff. But whatever is your fancy, you'll be able to get it taken care of. So I appreciate you guys watching. We are a couple days away from having Oakland, so I am super pumped to be a dad. And yeah, I'm excited as can be. Like I said, we're gonna keep these videos coming out about a week to a week and a half to be able to keep giving y'all some content to watch. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see y'all in the next one.